Our project today is we're going to be cleaning this beaver throw. I put a new backing on it, so I'm not worried about the backing at all. But this needs to be cleaned. It's not bouncy, it's kind of oily, and the fella has probably used this for a year or two, and we're going to clean it. I'm cleaning this by hand. So what I have is I've got my basin filled with, well, not filled, but I've got a good portion of pulverized corncob fractions in this. It's very powdery. It's very absorbent. And we're going to add our cleaning solvent to this until it gets to be kind of like a clumpy paste. And when that's done, we're going to rub it into the fur. I like to use a rubber glove because then the solvent doesn't get into my hand. So I'm going to mix this up, and then I'll show you what it looks like, and then I'll show you how we apply it. So I've poured about a half a cup, maybe a little bit more, of that solvent in with my corncob fractions. This particular solvent evaporates quite quickly. So what you want is you want a good clumpy mixture. And so I'm mixing this around. And once this is kind of like got this granulated and it clumps together a little bit, then you're ready to go. So what we're going to do is we're going to start at the top of the blanket, and I'm going to work this into the fur. And what you do is you just simply rub this into the fur, and what happens is that solvent is in with that corncob fractions, and it is dissolving all of the oil and impurities that are in the fur. And once this is rubbed in real well, we're going to work our way down the blanket. Once this is worked in real well, then what we're going to do is we're going to let it dry. And then we're going to take it outside and we're going to let it sit for a little while. And then we're going to shake out that sawdust. So this will probably sit after I get it rubbed in for a good 20-30 minutes. So I've rubbed this in pretty good, and you can see there's, a lot of residuals still in there, and that's just fine. So we're going to let this dry, and then after it's dry, we're going to shake it out and blow it out. I might actually use my leaf blower to blow out the extra sawdust. But if you want to do a small project, you can use that pulverized corncob fractions, and you can moisten it with your cleaning agent, and you can put your item in a garbage bag and literally shake it up in a garbage bag, and you can hand clean it like I did, and then you can put it in the garbage bag and you can shake it, and that works quite well. I do that with small things, but on this blanket, this should work out nice, and it'll look lovely once it's finished. So just a quick little how to clean your fur blankets. So I've let this dry about a half an hour, and I have something that I used to use at work, and it's just got a real nice smooth edge. We call them a glazing stick, and what it does is it lifts that sawdust up off of the fur. So once this is dry, I shook it. I'm going to shake it again, but this is basically kind of like working it in, and you can see how I'm doing this, and then you can go both ways. But yeah, it works out good. So now, if you didn't want to use a cleaning solvent, what you can also do is you can use your corncob fractions with water. Now, water isn't going to clean it, but what it'll do is it'll get rid of a lot of the loose hair and whatever you're cleaning. So I'm going to let this sit probably about another half an hour, 45 minutes. And then I'm going to give it another good shake, downwind, and then I might break out that leaf blower. So, but it should clean up nice. Now, if this were in the shop, what they charge is about $5 a square foot to clean them. So this is about 5 by 8. You'd be close to $200 if you were going to take this into a shop to have it cleaned.